Okay, so this is going to be a comparison of the U.S., Thailand, and the Philippines.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher.
And these are just my opinions. And so anyway, starting with the U.S. Now, the U.S., it's a first world country, but yet the medical system in the U.S. seems to really be broken. Again, these are just my opinions. Yeah. And so in the U.S., the costs for medical is outrageously expensive. The service is, in most cases, my experiences have been that the waiting times, for instance, I had to get an appointment for a urologist, and that appointment was booked for like 4 months out. And I said, there's no way I can wait for 4 months. And their response was, we don't have enough urologists. And, to me, it's just unacceptable. My daughter has a toe infection. The toe's really enlarged. You can tell it's definitely infected. And, she couldn't be seen for over a week, for that. And so to me, it's just unacceptable, and every once in a while I'll hear somebody make the comment, well, medical in the U.S. is the best in the world. And it's like, those people haven't traveled anywhere. They've never been outside the U.S. If they have, it's maybe to Mexico for a weekend or something, so it's like, yeah, the medical in the U.S. is just, it's unaffordable. The quality of, if you have something major, well, then it's, it's good. If you have to have open heart surgery or something like that, hey, you're gonna receive good care, usually. But as far as being able to be seen, for whatever that condition is, that could be a different story. And you can go on the World Health Organization, their website, which I believe is fairly neutral, and you can see where the different countries, where they're rated, what the ratings are. And as far as the U.S. goes, I don't know where it's at now, but it was below 50, the 50th country. So you'd have to check to see where it's at now. But it's not in the top 10, it's not in the top 20, it's not in the top 30, it's down there. And they do show the rankings based on quality of care, cost, that kind of thing. So they break it down, pretty far, so so that's the U.S. Now, in the Philippines, things are set up a little bit different. My experience here has been, it's been actually really good, and but there are things that can definitely, be improved upon, I think. So one of those things is that when you need to have some kind of surgery, it could just be a open cut or something like that. When you go to the doctors, they will look at it, and then, again, this is my experience, they'll look at it, they will make a list of the supplies that they need in order to treat you, and then you go out, you go to a pharmacy supply or a supply place to pick up those supplies and pay for them. Then you bring those back to the doctor, and then at that point, then he will go ahead and do the surgery or whatever it is that you need to have done. And so so it's a little bit different. And I do, part of the reason I think that they do it this way is so that they make sure that they get paid, for the services. There is no safety net in the Philippines, so you want to make sure that you've got cash, before you come over to the Philippines. You can get insurance, but make sure you've got your bases covered. Make sure you've got cash or insurance or credit. Again, there is no safety net. So if you come over and you get extremely sick and you don't have the money to pay for the hospital up front, or at least to be seen and stuff, it could put you in a really bad situation. People have died over this, kind of thing. So extremely important. The other thing too is in the Philippines, there's a big difference in the cost of medical treatment at different hospitals. So, for instance, I went to, it was a local hospital here in Cebu, and for the initial consultation, it only cost me, it was 500 or 600 pesos. Anyway, basically about $10 or so, $10, $12. And the doctor, he, was very thorough. He was really good. He sat down and talked to me for about 30 minutes, going over my history. Very thorough. I was so impressed with the guy, and I had follow-up appointments with him. Super happy with his, knowledge and services. And he was fantastic. And to this day, if I have a problem in Cebu, I will go back to him. So anyway, but again, if you have a major medical problem, I can only say that doctor was great for what I needed, but it depends, what your problem is and stuff. So check that stuff out before you come to the Philippines if you do have some kind of major medical issue, because again, there is no safety net. You need to have your insurance in place, or have plenty of money in the bank to pay the bill. So that's how the Philippines is. And again, as far as the difference in cost goes, I mentioned that my initial consultation was maybe $10, $12, but I checked in Manila. There's a well-known hospital, and it's everybody's heard of it, that lives in the Philippines. That initial consultation there, when I checked, it was 15 times the amount of the consultation at the hospital that I went to here in Cebu. So that's why I say there's a big difference. Anyway, check with your insurance. Maybe you're covered, maybe you're not. So just be prepared for that. It's so important. And I can't stress that enough. There is no safety net. You've got to have the money to pay the bill, or have insurance in place that's going to definitely cover you. And sometimes, if you do have the insurance in place, you still will need to pay the bill up front and then get your insurance company to reimburse you back in the States or, wherever you're coming from. So yeah, make sure you check that out before you arrive. And then, Thailand. Now, Thailand just has, to me, excellent medical care. I was there. I had a toe infection. I went into the clinic. I maybe sat there for 10 minutes filling out the paperwork. Then I was seen. They took squeezed the goop out of the toe, and then they put antibiotics in it. They gave me a prescription, for antibiotics. They gave me antibiotic treatment to put on there for 5 or 7 days. Then I had a follow-up appointment the very next day. I was really, just really, really impressed with the service and the price in Thailand. So that total visit, including the prescriptions, including the antibiotics, was under $50. And now if that was in the U.S., my copay with the prescriptions would have been far greater than $50. So Thailand is just, I can't say enough good things about the medical there. And, the same, also, I've gone to the dentist in Thailand a couple times, really inexpensive. Maybe $30 for cleaning. I had a couple cavities filled on a separate appointment. That was less than $50. And, so the medical costs in Thailand are really low. The quality of care is really, really good. It's right there with anything I've experienced in America. And kudos to Thailand for having fantastic healthcare and fantastic prices. Yeah. So anyway, hopefully this gives you some insight between the Philippines, the U.S., and Thailand. Out of the three, I would definitely say Thailand has the best medical. So anyway, hopefully this helps if you're looking to retire in one of these places. And anyway, have a good day or evening wherever you're at. Thanks. Bye.